So here, now today's topic is one of the important concept in Python, which is very much useful in application development and in projects, which makes it programmer job is very easy. Okay. So today's topic is, yes, today's topic is, okay, comprehension. Today's topic is comprehension. So today's topic is comprehension here, right? So this is one of the important concept when you're working with the collections, when you're working with the collection types in Python. When you are working with the collection types in Python, this is one of the important concept. This is one of the important concept when you're working with the collection types. As you know it, so Python is having how many collection types? Can you answer? How many collection types are there in Python? How many collection types are there in Python? Yes, yes. Okay, 14. Okay, generator. Collection types I'm asking here. How many collection types are there? So generally collection types, yeah. Yes, very good. Very good response. Okay. Yes, thank you. Very good response. Okay, collection types are classified. Collection types are classified into how many categories here? 3 categories. Collection types are classified into how many categories? 3 categories. Okay, 3 categories are there. Okay, one is called as which one? Sequences. Okay, and second one is called as which one? Sets. And third one is called as what? Mapping. So collection types are classified into how many categories? 3 categories. Okay, 3 categories. One is a sequences, second one is a sets, and third one is mapping collection. So when you are talking about sequences, how many sequences are there? So there is a list, okay, list, tuple, string, range, bytes, byte array. Very good. So these are called which types here? Sequence types. Okay. Then how many set types are there here? 2 set types are there. One is set and one more is what? Frozen set. One is a set and one more is a frozen set. Okay. And how many mapping collections are there? Only one mapping collection is there. And what is that collection? Dictionary. Okay. So you know it. Collections are used to collect the data and representing it as one object. Okay. You are grouping all the values. You are grouping more than one value and more than one object, and you are representing it as a one object. Okay. Now, so the name itself, right? Collection. Collection means group or not? What do you say? Yes or no? Collection means one or group? Collection means one or group. Please interact. Collection means one or group? Group. Yes, very good. Group. Collection is not one. Collection is what? Group. Okay. So when you are working with, yes, very good. Okay. Yes. So collection means not one. Collection means what here? Group. More than one. More than one is called as which one? Collection. Okay. So when you are working with the data science, you try to load data into what? Collections, and then you perform certain statistical operations, right? So now, yes, now up to this, is it clear, right? All of you? Up to this, is it clear? All of you? Yes. Up to this, is it clear? Okay. Okay. Right. So please try to interact. Okay. Yes. The next question comes here is, okay, next question comes here is, yes, I'll try to share the notes. Okay, I'll try to share the notes also. I'll share the notes. Okay, this workshop notes, I'll share it. Okay, please try to join my Telegram group. In my Telegram group, I'll try to share it. Okay, now this is my Telegram group. So please join in this Telegram group. I'll share this workshop notes in the Telegram. Okay, so this is my Telegram group. So that is code with Satish Gupta. Okay, this is my Telegram group. Please join in this Telegram group. Okay. Now this is my Telegram group. Join in code with Satish Gupta is a Telegram group name. Sorry, code with Satish Gupta. Okay. So please join in this Telegram. I'll share this workshop notes. Okay. Yes. Now this is my Telegram. So this is my Telegram. So what is my Telegram ID is? This is code with Satish Gupta is my Telegram link. Okay. Let us start. Let us start our actual topic, because you already aware of what is a collection is, right? Then next question comes here is, how many ways, for example, list is there. For example, list is there, set is there, and one more is what? Dictionary is there. List is which data type? Please. List is which data type? Sorry, list is which data type? Come on here. List is which data type? List is which data type? Very good. List is which data type? Sequence data type. Very good. Very good. Okay. Sequence data type. And set is which data type? Set is which data type? Set is which data type? Ordered or unordered? Sorry. Set is ordered or unordered? Set is ordered or unordered? Unordered. Okay. Non-sequence or not? Set is unordered, which is nothing but non-sequence. Dictionary is which one? Dictionary is which one? Mapping collection. Dictionary is which one? Mapping. Okay. So in set, in list, how the data is organized in sequential order. In the list, how the data is organized in sequential order. Because of that, it is called as which data type? Sequence data type. In set, is it data is organized in sequential? Come on here. In set, is it ordered or unordered? Unordered. So is it data in set is organized in sequential? No. How the data is organized in set? How data is organized in set? Unordered only. But it uses some very good. Very good. It uses which one? Hashing algorithm. It uses which data structure? Hashing data structure. It uses hashing data structure to organize it. So there is one more collection is there. What is that? Dictionary. In dictionary, how the data is organized in, it is not follows indexing, because it is not sequence, right? It is not a sequence, right? Okay. So, but in dictionary, how the data is stored as key and value. Okay. So generally you'll say list is a index based and set is a non-index based and dictionary is a key and value. Yes or no? List is a list is a index based, set is a non-index based, and dictionary is what? Key and value. Okay. So all these three are mutable or not? Is it these three are mutable or not? Tell me. Please tell me, is it list, set, dictionary? These three are mutable or immutable? List, set, dictionary. These three are mutable or immutable? Mutable. List is a mutable, set is a mutable, dictionary is also Mutable. Mutable means mutable means we can change after creation. We can edit, we can change after creation, we can do the modification. Okay. After creation, we can do the modification. That you call it as which one? Mutable. It permits the data modification. So it permits the data modification, or it allows to modify the same object. So that you call it as which one? Mutable. Okay. So now next question comes here is how to create. For example, Python is provide different ways of tuple is immutable. Yes. No. Support. No, 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 no. Dictionary is key and value. Sequence is index based. Set is a non-index based. Okay. List is a sequence based. List is a index based, and set is a non-index based, and dictionary is a key based. How dictionary support index? No. Only sequences are index based. Now the question comes here is how to create. Suppose how to create a list, how to create a list set, and one more is what? Dictionary. Okay. How to create how to create a list set, and one more is what? Dictionary. Okay. You can create this list set and dictionary by using one some special syntaxes. Yes or no? You can create this list set and dictionary by using some special syntaxes. Okay. How to create a list? Generally, you create a list. You create a list using which symbol? Or you create a list by using which symbol? Square brackets. Very good. You create a list by using which symbol? Square bracket. You create a dictionary using which symbol? Curly braces. Curly braces, you'll use it, right? Curly braces. But curly braces, it is also used for creating set as well as what? Dictionary. Okay, this is special syntax I'm saying. Okay, so using symbols like there is a square brackets, and you can use which one here? Curly braces. And within this curly braces, okay, you write at least one value, right? Within this curly braces, you write at least one value. So even you can also create a dictionary by using curly braces, but within this curly braces, you will try to store what? Key and value. Key and value. So here, these are now some special symbols you are using it. So one is square brackets and curly braces. So these curly braces are used even for creating set as well as what? Dictionary. Okay. Or you can also create with the data type using list type and using set type and using which type here? Dictionary type. Yes or no? Okay, you can create it. You can create it. You can create it by using some special syntax or special symbols. That is square brackets, which represent list, curly braces, which represent set, and within curly braces, if you are writing a key and value, which represent what? Dictionary. Or you can also create it by using a special type. And what is that special type? List, set, and one more is what? Dictionary. Okay. Yes, this is to convert other iterables into list type. Suppose if I want to convert set to list, I'll use a type called list. If I want to convert dictionary to list, I use a function called list. I use a data type called list. If I want to convert list to set, I use a type called which one? Set. If I want to convert dictionary to set, I use a type called set. If I want to convert list to dictionary, I use a type called dictionary. So if you want to convert other iterables, if you want to convert other iterables, or if you want to convert, or if you want to construct this list set or dictionary by using other iterables, you are using list type, set type, and one more is what? Dictionary type. But Python uses one special syntax for creating this list set and dictionary. That is within square brackets, you can display What you can do, you can display the values within the square bracket. You can display the values directly. Yes or no? You can display the values directly within square bracket. You are just displaying the values directly. You are displaying the values directly. You are displaying the values directly. No, keys are different, index is different, right? So within square bracket, you are displaying the values directly. So within the square bracket, you can display the values. Within the square brackets, you can write one, what do you call it as, display the values with an expression. Yes. Now, see, you are writing it. You are writing within the square brackets directly the values. Within curly braces, you are writing directly the values. You are displaying the values directly within the curly braces. Okay, within the curly braces, you are displaying the key and value. You are displaying the key and value directly, right? So you are saying 1 colon, what is that? Some 10, 2 colon, you'll say 20, and 3 colon, what is that? 30. It means you are displaying the values directly within by using one special syntax, right? Now this generally you call it as displays. Now Python provide one syntax for creating this. Now this is generally you call it as which one? Displays. This is actually called as which one? Displays. Displays. Display or displays. Python provide a special syntax for creating a list, set and dictionary, that you call it as which one? Displays. And these displays are two types. These displays are how many types here? Two types. Yes, are you getting or not? Please. Are you getting or not? All of you? All of you are getting or not? Yes? Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. So Python provide different ways of creating it. Okay. Python provide different ways of creating it. Okay. So you are displaying the values directly within the square brackets. You are displaying the values directly within the square brackets, curly braces. Within curly braces, if you are writing a values, it is called as a set. Within curly braces, if you are writing the key and value, it is called as a dictionary, right? Okay. Yes, I'll explain with the code. Don't worry. Okay. So this syntax, generally you are displaying directly the values within square bracket. Now, this you call it as which one here? Displays. And these displays are two types. Okay. One is you display the values directly. You display the values directly within square brackets. You display the values directly within the square brackets, curly braces. Okay. And second one is you display these values, okay, by using another one, which is called as comprehension. Okay. You display it by using which one? Comprehension. Let us see here. Now, if you see this, okay, I just try to open ideally, just see here. So Python provide, okay, yes, yeah, please. Sharing today videos, sir. Okay, possible, I'll share it. Okay, yes, definitely I'll share it if possible. Okay, but try to listen. Okay, try to listen here. Okay, try to listen here, please. Okay, now just see here, comprehension, comprehensions. So you have a comprehensions here. Now just see here. Now this is Python official documentation. What is this here? Displays. Okay. What is the topic now? Displays. For list, set, and what is that? Dictionaries. For constructing a list, a set, or dictionary, Python provides a special syntax called which one? Displays. Each of them in two flavors. Each of them in two flavors. One is either Either container contents are listed what explicitly, or they are computed via set of looping and filtering instructions called which one? Comprehension. See here, for constructing a list, a set, or a dictionary, Python provides a special syntax called displays. Each of them in how many flavors? Two flavors. One is either the container contents are listed explicitly, or they are computed via set of looping and filtering instructions. And this is called as which one? Comprehension. Yes, please. Just, just to try to understand. Okay, which is one of the powerful tool of Python is comprehensions, which makes it programming or solving certain things easy, which makes certain things what here easy. Okay, so first one is either the container contents are listed explicitly, either container content is listed explicitly. For example, I want to create a list. Okay, I want to create some sales list. I want to create which one? Sales list. What I'm saying, sales list equal to within within square brackets, I just list all the values. Now suppose 45,000, 50,000, 65,000, like this. I try to list all the values. Okay, I try to list all the values explicitly within square brackets. Now this is one way of creating the list. Okay, so if I say print, if I say print a sales list, now this sales list is having the sales of some 5 months. Okay, it is having the sales of 5 months. Okay, second one is I can also do this. I mean, for example, if I want to create, for example, courses what here set, because set doesn't allow duplicates, right? So how you create a set, by going within curly braces or not? Yes. Now this is a course set. Okay, course set. So you are displaying all the values in the curly braces. You are displaying all the values within curly braces. Now there is a Python. Okay, there is a Python. There is a C++, and there is a C, and there is a some Java. Okay, there is what here? .NET, right? So this is called as which type here? Set type. And set doesn't allow what here? Duplicates. So courses set. Now this is a set contain all the values, but it is not ordered. It is what? Unordered. For example, there is a, okay, there is a fees dictionary. There is a fees dictionary. How you create a dictionary within curly braces and contain the key and value. For example, there is a course called Python. So Python is a key, and assume that some 4,000 is a fees. Okay, then Java is a key. Okay, some 2,000 is a fees. Okay, assume that C is a key and 1,500 is a, yes, value. Now here we are trying to store the data as a key and value. If I'm saying if I'm saying print, okay, print. What is this dictionary here? Fees dictionary, having what? Key and values. So this is how you are creating a list, and this is how you are creating a set, and this is how you are creating what? Dictionary, by displaying the values explicitly. By displaying the values what? Explicitly. By displaying the values explicitly. Okay, so this is one way of creating it. This is one way of creating it. Okay, this is one way of creating it. So that is nothing but the container contents are listed explicitly. First one, this one. Okay, container content is displayed explicitly. This is the first one. The container content is listed what here? Explicitly. Explicitly means you define it. Explicit means which is done by the programmer. You list the values. You list the values, not by doing some computations. Okay, not by doing some computations. Not by doing some computations. You are displaying it explicitly. You are displaying the values at the time of creation, right? Now that is what you mean by explicitly, but not dynamic, right? Okay, not dynamic here. You are listing it. These are the values of list. Are you doing any computations? KAS. Are you doing any computations? Are you doing any computations, or you are just listing the values? Are you doing any computations or just listing the values? Are you doing any computations or just displaying the values? Just listing the values. That is what you mean by display. No computations are there. You are just listing the values. Okay, now, now this is displaying the values or not? Is it this displaying the values or not? Yes, without doing any computations. Without doing any computations, right? Suppose I want to create it by doing some computations. I want to create it by doing some computations or some operations. Computations or some operations. Okay. Computations or some operations. Then how can I do that? How can I do it? So there is one more syntax is there. There is one more syntax is there. And that syntax, yes, that syntax is called which one here? Comprehension. Okay. So they are computed via set of looping and filtering instructions called which one? Comprehension. Okay. Set of looping and filtering instructions, and that you can call it as a comprehension. For example, assume that suppose I want to, yeah, simple example I'll tell you. Okay. I want to write a program. I want to write a program to read okay, score. I want to read the score of, or I want to read the scores of how many players? N players. Okay. I want to read the scores of how many players? N players. Okay. So I want to read the scores of N players, and I want to store this inside one list. I want to store this data inside one list. Okay. Then what do you do it without the comprehension? See here, this is without comprehension. What do you do it without comprehension? Okay. First, you create one empty list. What is the name of the list here? Scores. Is it this list is empty or not? Yes. Inside this list, I should put how many players score? Sorry. Inside this list, I should put how many players score? N players. I should put how many players score here? N players. Then I should read the value of n. So where I'm saying n equal to integer of some input. Enter, enter how many players. Enter how many players. Okay. Enter how many players. Suppose if the value of n is 5, I should input. I should input the scores of how many players? N players. Okay, if the value of n is 5, I should add how many values into the list? 5 values. Okay, now then for that, I'm using one for loop. So where I'm saying for in, where I'm saying for in, range of, what is that? N. For in, range of n. Okay, suppose if the value of n is 5, this get repeated how many times? If the value of n is 5, this get repeated how many times? This for loop is get repeated how many times? 5 times. Very good. 5 times. Now each time I should read one score. Now s equal to integer of input input enter what is it? Score. Input enter the score, and the score should be added to which one? List. Okay, the score should be added to the list where you are saying scores dot what is that? Append. Scores dot append. What you are trying to append here? Score. Now, so this range generate how many values? 5 values. So it repeat how many times? 5 times. Now every time you are reading one score and you are adding that score to which list here? scores list. Every time you are reading the score and you are adding to which list here? Scores list, right? After that, after execution of this loop, I try to print the scores by saying print, what I'm saying here, scores, right? Print scores. So what will happen if I run this? Okay. So once I run this code here, now it will ask you to enter how many players. So I want to read the scores of some 3 players. Assume that this is first player and this is second player, and assume that this is some third player. Okay. Now you can see the list is having how many values? Tell me, this list is having how many values? 3 values. Because I read how many values here? 3 values. Now your list is having how many values? 3 values, right? But for creating this list, for this now, are you listed values directly here? Are you listed values directly within the square bracket? Tell me, are you listed values directly within the square bracket? No, you are not listed values directly within the square bracket, but it is computed dynamically and added or not? Yes. For this, you are writing how many lines of the code? Suppose first you are creating one empty list. Okay, now first you are creating one empty list. After creating empty list, you are running which loop? For loop. And you are reading how many values? Okay, some n values, and you are trying to add it to which one? You are trying to add it to which one? List. Okay, now this is how you are trying to repeating it, right? Okay, so how many lines of code is written here? See here, how many lines of code is written here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lines of code you have written. 4 lines. For creating list, how many lines of code you have written? 4 lines. But instead of writing 4 lines, you can make this writing in how many lines? 1 line. Because if you want to create a list by doing some computations, this is doing some computations or not? This is doing some computations or dynamic or not? Yes. Now that can be done. That can be done by using one special syntax, and they are computed by a set of looping and filtering instructions, and this is called as which one? Comprehension. So comprehension is one of the elegant way of, it is one of the easiest way of single line. Okay. Comprehension, generally you say comprehension is one of the, okay, one of the easiest, or comprehension makes it, is one of the, okay, one of the easy method of creating list. Okay, set, and what is that? Dictionary. Is an elegant way of creating list, set, and one more is what? Dictionary. By writing, so comprehension allows to create list, set, and a dictionary in 1 line. In 1 line, okay, by performing, okay, in 1 line, comprehension allows to create list, set, and dictionary in 1 line by performing by performing which one? Operations. So comprehension provide some syntaxes. Now if you see the syntaxes of this comprehension, now there is a multiple syntaxes out there. Okay, so for example, now this is a syntax. For example, if you take list comprehension, so what is the syntax of list comprehension is? Now this is a syntax one. So how you create a list within square bracket, and it followed by, what is that here? Expression. It followed by expression, or it can be followed by which one? Value. It is expression, or what is that? Value. Okay. And within square brackets, you can write for loop. So for variable in which one? Iterable. Okay. And there is one more syntax is there. And this is a syntax too. So where you are writing expression or you are writing which one? Value. Now this is called as filtering for variable in what is this here? Iterable and if followed by which one? Test. So it means within square brackets, you are not only writing values. See here, within square brackets, you are not only writing values. Within square brackets, you are writing which one? Please. Within square brackets, you are writing which one? In that inside the square bracket, you are writing which loop? For loop. Inside the square bracket, you are writing which one? For loop as well as what? Expression. For loop as well as what? Expression. Suppose my question is like this. Please tell me now. My question is, okay, suppose my for loop as well as what? Expression. Now tell me, my question is like this. Write a program. Okay, write a program to create list with, okay, list with 100 see here, condition test. Okay, yes. So write a program to create a list with 100 zero values. 100 zero values. Okay. I want to create a list with 100 zero values. Now tell me, will you write like this? List 1 equal to 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma. Will you write like this? I should write how many times here? I should repeat this 0 how many times? Arre, come on here. I should repeat this 0 how many times? 100 times. Will it this becomes very complex or not? Is it this becomes very complex or not? Yes. Then what will I do? Then what will I do? I'll create one empty list. Uh, yes. What will I do? I create one empty list and inside that I'll say for in, see here, for in range of 100. So this loop is repeated how many times? 100 times and you'll be adding how many zeros? You'll be adding how many zeros to the list? 100 zeros. You'll be adding how many zeros to the list? 100 zeros. Now, is it this is with comprehension or without? Tell me, yaar. Is it with comprehension or without? Is it this is with comprehension or without? Without comprehension. This is not with comprehension. It is without comprehension, right? So without comprehension, you are writing dynamic. Now, this is a list with how many zeros? 100 zeros, right? But comprehension makes you to write all these things. Now, this for loop as well as adding value within what? This for loop and this value within what? Square brackets only. You can add this 0 and everything you can write in what here? Square bracket only. Single line. Python is easy. Yes or no? Python is easy. What do you say? Python is easy or difficult? Python is easy, right? So because it makes everything is what? More easy to write it. Simple syntax. Yes. Simple syntax it will provide. So not you don't require to write some thousands or 100 lines of code. Okay, it makes it everything in what? Simple. It makes it everything in simple. Okay, na? So what you can do now? Less code. Yes, less code. Then what do you do now? You simply write. Now this is without comprehension, right? This is without comprehension. This is without comprehension. Okay, and this is with what is that? Comprehension. Okay, no problem. Because you if you practice, then it becomes easier. Okay, in classroom easy, but in implementation also easy. You have to practice. Okay, yes. If you don't practice, everything becomes difficult only, right? If you practice it, everything becomes easy only, and Python is more easy. Okay, yes. With comprehension, what do you do it? You simply write list two. List 2 equal to what you want to add in the list? No append, no append, no append. Sheikh, Sahil, no append, no append is there. No append. What you want to add? Zero expression, zero, zero. Suppose if I say list 2 equal to 0, how many zeros will be added? Tell me. How many zeros will be added in the list in this case? Or how many zeros? 1 0, but you should add how many zeros? But you should add how many zeros? 100, right? Then you should repeat this 0 how many times? You should repeat this 0 how many times? 100 times. Now, inside the square brackets, very good. Inside the square brackets, you have to write for loop for in. For in, what should I write here? Range of 100. For in, range of 100. So, this 0 is repeated how many times here? 100 times. This 0 is repeated how many times here? 100 times. If I say list 2, if I say list 2, now you can see this 0 is repeated how many times here? 100 times. Yes or no? 0 is repeated how many times? 100 times. Now, every time it will read the value generated by range and add which one here? 0. Inside which one? List. For example, I want to create a list with 1 to 100. You tell me here. I want to create a list with 1 to 100. Will you write like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this, you'll write. Now, this is not Python. So, it is not a Python way, right? Will you write 11, 12 like this? No, you don't write like this. Instead of this, you'll say list 3. I want list with 1 to 100. I want list with what? 1 to 100. Use what? For what? For n, some variable. For n in, what is this here? Range. For n in range of which one? 100. For n in range of 100, then which one you are adding into the list? N. Which one you are adding into the list? N. So what is the first one? No, 1 to 100 or 1 to 101. Sorry. Okay. 1 comma 1 comma 101. So this range is generated how many values? 100 values. Now what is the first value generated by the range? 1. And is it that 1 get added into the list or not? Yes. So it will add how many values into the list? 1 to 100. It will add how many values into the list? 1 to 100. Now you can see 1 to 100 values are there. 1 to 100 values are there in the list. For example, I want to create a list. Now you tell me I want to create a list with the squares of all the numbers from 1 to 20. Because in the range, if you know range, then it is okay. Now 101 means 1 is a start and 101 is a stop, and stop is excluded. Amna, stop is excluded. Stop is not included. Stop is what? Excluded. Okay, now I want to create a list with squares of all the numbers from 1 to 20. Tell me, how should I write it? I want to generate the squares of all the numbers from 1 to 20. I want to generate squares of all the numbers from 1 to 20. Come on here. 1 to 20. For n, you should generate how many values? How many values? 1 to 21. 1 to 21. Then what should I store? I should store n into n to the power of. N to the power of which one? 2. N to the power of 2. Now you are storing n to the power of 2, n to the power of 2. So how this execution, right? Yes. Now how this is executed first? So this expression is there inside the for loop or not? Tell me, this expression is there inside for loop or not? Yes. So every time it will read one value generated by range, and after reading the value, this expression is evaluated and stored in what? List. Every time it will read the value generated by range and store inside what? Evaluate expression and stored inside what? List. Okay. Suppose I want to create a list with factorials of all the numbers from 1 to factorials of all the numbers from 1 to, yes, I want to list all the, yes, I want to create a list with all factorials of all the numbers from 1 to 1 to some 10. Okay. Factorials of all the numbers from 1 to 10. Tell me here. I want to create a list with factorials of all the numbers from 1 to 10. 1 to 10. You cannot write like that, please. You cannot write like that. You cannot write like that. Yes or no? No. Okay. I want factorials of all the numbers from 1 to 10. Then what I can do? I can just, yes. What I can do is I can use one predefined function, right? No. I can use one predefined module. What is that module? Math. Import math module. And here I'm saying math dot. Math dot. What is that? What is the function here? Factorial of which one? N. Factorial of n for n in what I'm saying, range of 1 comma 21 or 1 comma 11. 1 comma 11. Yes. So every time it will read the value generated by which one? Range. And then calculate which one? Factorial. And store that inside what? List 5. Store that into a list 5. I will say list 5. So what will happen? So it will generate the factorials. Now 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 6 now 2 factorial, 3 factorial, 4 factorial, 4 factorial, 5 factorial. Yes, I'll tell you that. Don't worry. Okay. Yes. No. Manjunath, you cannot write like that. Manjunath, you cannot write like that. Okay. Suppose I want to create a list with all the prime numbers. Yes. No. List. I said list. Okay. I want to create a list with all prime numbers from 1 to, okay, I want to have all the prime numbers. Okay, now I want to create a list with prime numbers from some 2 to, okay, 2 to some 20. Okay. Now tell me here. I want to create a list with the prime numbers from 2 to 20. How can I do this? Now, Python is easy. Yes or no? Prime numbers, not even numbers here. Prime numbers. No prime. Okay. Vamsi. No. I want all prime numbers from 1 to no prime function. Math is not having any prime function. Okay. So what you have to do now? You have to write your own function or not? Yes, you should write your own function. Come on here. No. You have to write your own function. What is my function here? What is my function here? Prime. What is the name of the function? Prime is a function, and this function receive what here? Number. This function receives what here? Number. After receiving a number, it should calculate what? Or after receiving a number, it should find out is it this number is a prime or not. If it is a prime, then it should return that number. If it is not a prime, then it should not return that number. Okay. So generally you'll say a number which is divisible with one end. Tell me here, the number which is divisible with one end itself is called which number? Prime number. So I'm dividing a number. I'm dividing a number from 1 to that number. Okay, 1 to that number. I'm dividing that number from 1 to that number. If number mod I double equal to 0, I'm saying count is count plus 1. Now this is finding whether number is a prime or not. So I just write a logic here. Okay. So if the count is a 2, if it is divisible, how many times? How many factors here? 2 factors. Okay. Number of factors are 2. If it is divisible 2 times, then you return which value? A number. This is which function now? This is predefined function or user defined? Come on here. This is predefined or user defined? User defined. Okay. This is predefined or user defined? User defined. So I develop my own function. What is my function here? Prime. Okay. Now, what is my requirement? Tell me here. What is my requirement? What is my requirement? Create a list with which numbers? Create a list with which numbers? Prime numbers. So I called which function? Prime function. I called which function here? Prime function. Okay. Prime function by sending which one? N. I'm calling the prime function by sending which one? N. N. I send N. Okay. Yes. N I send for N. I want to generate prime numbers from 1 to what? 20. Okay. So this range, every time it will read one value and send it to which function? Read each time one value and send it to which function? Prime function. No. That is even odd numbers here. Williams. No. Not that one. That logic is even odd. That is even number. Williams. That is even number. What you write is even number. Okay. Yes. Now every time it will read one value and that value sent to which function? Prime function. If the number is a prime number, that value is added to what here? List. If the number is not a prime number, is it that is added to the list here? No, it is not added to what here? List. Now this is a list 6. Okay, now. So everything is very simple. Simple. You don't require to write some lengthy logic here. Now you can see array. But none, 2, 3, none, 5, none, 7. So why this none? Why it is written none? Because this for loop is get executed how many times? This for loop get executed how many times? How many times it is executed? 20 times, right? Okay, 20 times. But you should add only which numbers? Or you should add only which numbers? You should add only which numbers? Prime number. You should add only which number? Prime number. Okay, na? Then what should I do? I should add only prime number, right? Then how can I add only prime number? I added n. But when should I add n? If what is my condition? If what is this? If now what is my condition now? Are you returning number or true or false? True. Return true. Else you should return. Else you should return which one? False. Now I have taken like this. You should add this n. When should I add n? Or when should I add n? Now I write here filter. Filter is their condition. What is my condition here? I call which function? Prime function by sending n. Double equal to double, or I said prime by sending n. Suppose, for example, assume that the value of n is 3. Number is 3. Is it 3 is a prime number or not? Is it 3 is prime number or not? Tell me here. Is it 3 is a prime number or not? Yes. So what is the value it returns? True. If it is a true, what will happen? It will add this n value into what? If this prime number function returns true, it will add this n value into what? List. It will add this n value into list. Okay, that is to avoid none. Now you can see 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Okay. So if you want to add a value based on which one? Condition. You can add the value inside the list based on the condition that is called as which one? Filter. If the number is a prime, so if the prime function is written true, so that value get added in n. If the prime function written false, is it that value is added in n? No. So you can also create a list based on some condition, and that you call it as which one? Filter. See here, you have a filter, right? Expression or value for variable in iterable, and it followed by what is this? Test here. Okay, test is nothing but based on some condition. Right? For example, I want to create a list. There is one list is there. Okay, there is a list is there. Suppose assume that there is a list 7 is there with some random values. Some values are there in this list. Okay, some values are there in this list. Now this is syntax 2 only. Samir Ranjan Nayak. This is syntax 2 only, right? So if the conditions are true, no, not possible here, because within the square brackets you can write a for loop and if test, but you cannot write that. This logic I cannot write. This many number of, see, this many number of statements I cannot include inside. This many number of statements I cannot include inside what, square brackets or curly braces. Okay, I cannot include in the square brackets or what, curly braces. Okay. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you. Yeah, you can use nested. We'll see that. Okay. One of the beautiful concept here. One of the beautiful concept in Python is comprehension. If you are working with NumPy, pandas, right? Now, not technical people, they like using which one? Comprehensions for creating this collections. Now, you know Python, then you must know what? Comprehensions. You know Python, then you must know all the comprehensions here. Okay. Yes. Can you hear my voice? All of you? Okay. Yes. Now suppose, see, generally in my regular class, I used to teach these comprehensions, some only list comprehension. Okay. So it will, I used to teach more than some 4 to 6 hours, only comprehensions. Okay, only list comprehensions like that, set comprehensions as well as dictionary comprehensions in my regular class. Okay, like this I have a list. Okay, list 7 is there. Now my requirement is now grouping. Now suppose I want to create a list. Now tell me, I want to create a list 8. I want to create a list. I want to separate all even numbers from list 7. I want to put in list 8. This is called as clustering or grouping, right? Okay. This is nothing but clustering and what? Or it is called as grouping. It is called as clustering or what? Grouping. Now I want to separate all even numbers and I want to put in list 8. Tell me, how should I write? I want to separate even numbers from list 7 and I want to put in list 8. From list 7, I want to put even numbers in list 8. Okay, thank you. Yes, very good. Asin. Yes, yes, yes. Mohammed, yes. Okay. Now what you can do is every time you read one value, from where you are reading a number, for number in, what should I write? List 7. Okay. So every time you are reading one value from where? List 7. Every time you are reading one value from list 7, and if that number, the number what you read from list 7, if that number mod 2 double equal to what? 0. If that number is equal to 0, number mod 2 is equal to 0, then add that number. Then add that number into what? List. Add that number into what here? List. Okay. So this is separating or grouping which numbers from the list 7? Even numbers. Okay. Suppose I want to separate Suppose I want to separate odd numbers. Then what do you do it? Number blindly for number in list 7. If number mod, if number mod 2 not equal to, what is this? 0. Now this will group which numbers? Odd numbers. Yes or no? So print list 7, print list 7, print list 7, print list 8, and I try to print list 9. Now list 7 is original list and list 8 is a even numbers list and list 9 is a odd numbers list. Yes. Now you can see these are the list having only even numbers and this is having only which numbers? Odd numbers. Filtering. If you want to filter the data, then you read the data and test it by using which condition? If condition, right? If the expression returns true, then that value get added. If it is false, then that value will not be added in what? List. I want to filter. Suppose there is a names list is there. There is a names list which is having some Naresh. Okay, Naresh is there, Suresh is there. Okay. Some names are there. Some Kishore is there. Some Raman is there. And Kiran is there. Okay. Now my requirement is I want to filter all the names whose name is end with H. I want to filter all the names whose name is end with what? H. Come on, tell me here. I want to filter all the names whose name is end with H. Come on. I want to filter all the names. So list 9 is having all odd numbers. Not equal to 0. This is odd numbers. Okay. I want to list all the names whose name is end with H. Oh, very good. Chandrasekhar. Very good. Yes. So what do you do it? Now suppose names list. Very good. Names list 1. So every time you're reading a name for name in what is that? Names list. Every time you're reading one name from names list. After reading a name, you are saying if name dot. Now string is having one function or not? Yes. What is that function? Ends with. You can write name of -1 also you can write. Yes. Kumar Das. You can also write. You can also write name of -1. Yes. Correct on. Yes. Yes. So either it is H ends with H, then it returns true. Print names list, print names list, and print names list 1. Names list and names list 1. You can see only the names which are end with what here? H. Only the names which are end with H. Only the names which are end with H. Okay, now. For example, assume that. Yes. For example, assume that there is a names list 2 is there. I want to list all the names whose name starts with, you can write like that also. Williams. Yeah, you can write yes. Yes, very good. You can write. No slicing. Don't use slicing here. V of -1, Williams. V of -1. Why slicing? Only one character, right? You should take only last character. Starts with, ends with, starts with. Trupti. Ends with, starts with. Now you can use only -1, no slicing, Williams. If you do go for slicing, then it will read all from -1. Okay, now. So don't that is also what you write is. Suppose I want to list all the names whose name starts with okay N or R. Tell me, I want to list all the names whose name starts with N or R. NRR for name in what is that? Names list. Names in names list. NRR. Any. Now that name can start with N or R also. Ah, yes, very good. Deepak. Yes, very good. Yes, Vinay. Yes, yes. Ah, you have to define. Yes, Monica. Right. Yes. Okay. Or means you can write if name dot ends with starts with. You can write starts with. Python is easy. Everything is given. You have to remember. That's it. Okay. So starts with N, comma. You should define in tuple. You should define in tuple, right? Okay. You should define in tuple. You should define in tuple here. Okay, na? So N comma R. N comma R means either name starts with N or name starts with what here? R. So if that condition is a true, it will put inside the list. If that condition is a true, it will put inside that list. Oh, okay. Yes, very good. Very good. Yes. Yes. Ah, yes. Williams. Yes, very good. Now list, what is that? Two is there. Yes. Python is a case sensitive language. Naresh, Raman, Rajesh. Starts with N, starts with R, and starts with R. Okay, starts with R. Okay, now. Suppose I want to find, yes, you understood this. Now, suppose starts with, ends with. Okay, now, can you use both? Ah, starts with, starts with, ends with is a predefined functions of string, which will find out is it string is starts with given character or tuple of characters. Given character or tuple of characters. If it is equal, then it returns true. Otherwise, it will return false. String. String is having some predefined methods, right, Williams? Okay, string is having some predefined methods, right? Starts with, ends with. Okay, now? Yes. Suppose, assume that, suppose I want to create, yeah, you understood the syntax, right? Name of 0, yes, Srinivas, yes. Name of 0 equal to n, yeah, you can write like that also. Yes, very good. You can write like that also. Yes, very good. Now suppose I want to create a 2 by 2 matrix. I want to create which matrix? 2 by 2 matrix. 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, using list. Now I want to create a list having how many rows? 2 rows and 2 columns. I want to create a list with some 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay. Yeah, tell me here. So creating 2 by 2 matrix is nothing but nested list or not? Yes. For example, I'm saying matrix 1. I can display directly. First syntax. So within the square bracket indicate what? List. What is square brackets indicates? List. And within the list, I'm writing one more list with 1, 2, and then what? 3, 4. Now, is it this list? List is listed explicitly or not? Is it this is static or dynamic? Come on, yeah. This is static or dynamic? Static. Static means is it listed values directly or not? These values are listed directly or not? Yes, values are listed what? Directly. Here, values are listed what? Directly. But I want, it should be dynamic. I want to create 2 by 2 matrix where I want to input the values dynamically. Then what do you do it? Suppose without a comprehension, first I'll tell you, without a comprehension, what do you do it first? You create one matrix. So what is the name of this matrix? Matrix 1. Okay. How you are representing a matrix? By using nested list or not? Nested list? Come on, yeah, nested list. What is nested list? List inside a list. Each list is treated as one row. Each list is one row and each value is one column. Okay. So within this matrix, I should create how many lists? See, inside this list, I should create how many lists? Inside this list, I should create how many lists? 2 lists. Yes, very good, Williams. Right. Yes, Vinay, yes, Vamshi, right. So inside this list, I should create 2 lists. Eknath, yes. And inside that, how many values I should add? 2 values, right? Then what should I do? I should write one for loop. That should repeat how many times here? Vinay, yes. I should write one for loop that should be repeated how many times? 2 times. Okay, 2 times, right? Because inside the list, I should create how many lists here? 2 lists. And each list is called as one row. Okay, each list. Now, tell me this for loop get executed how many times? Tell me here, this for loop get executed how many times? 2 times. Means how many rows will be created? How many rows will be created? 2 rows, right? In each row, I should add how many values? In each row, I should add how many values? 2 values, right? So input a value. Input, enter, enter any what? Value. Input, enter any value. And this value you are adding to the row. Row dot append, value. So how many values are added in each row? See here. How many values you are adding in the row? 2 values, right? After adding these 2 values into the row, this row should be added in what? Matrix. By saying matrix 1 dot append. What you are trying to append? Row. See here. This for loop. Okay. So it will create one list. Inside this list, you are adding how many values? 2 values. And this list is added to which list? Outer list. And this outer list is nothing but what? Matrix. This outer list is nothing but what? Matrix. Now I try to display the matrix 1. This is without the comprehension. This is without the comprehension. Without the comprehension. Now once you run this, it is asking to enter the values. Okay, it is asking to enter the values. What is this? 1, oh sorry. Is asking to enter the values. Okay. Now enter the values 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is a list created with how many lists here? 2 lists. This is 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, having 2 rows and 2 columns. Having 2 rows and 2 columns. Now for doing this, how many statements you have written? देखो यार यहाँ पे how many statements you have written? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many statements you have written? 7. But Python is, everything is simple, right? Everything you can write, less coding. One of the important feature of Python is what? Less coding. This is C style. This is C style, yes. Yes, this is C style, but Pythonic style is different. Python कुछ अलग है. Yes or no? Python का अलग है नहीं? Yes. Python is different or same? Like C, will you do C programming in Python? No. You should write Python program in Python only. Using Python concepts, you have to write it. Okay. Then what I have to do? Now, I have to put everything in one line. Then how can I use comprehension? How can I implement it? Lot of beautiful things you can do it using comprehension. Now this is with comprehension. For example, adding 2 matrices. Okay. Multiplying 2 matrices. All this you can write in one statement. You don't require to write number of statements. All this you can write in one statement. You can write it. You don't require to write number of statements. Okay, now please just try to understand this. It's very simple. Okay, yes. Now with comprehension, how can you do it? Is now you can do like this. What I can do is I can write a matrix. What is this matrix here? Matrix 2 equal to within square brackets. What I'm writing here within square brackets. Within the list, what you have to create, or inside the list you have to create? Tell me, come on. Inside the list you have to create. One more list. Very good. I want some response here. Okay. Inside the list, I have to create one list. इसके अंदर inside this list you have to add how many values? Or inside this list you should input how many values? Two values. Oh, so I'll say integer of input. Enter any value. Input enter any value. Okay. Enter any value. Okay. Integer of input enter any value. How many values you should input? Two values for j in range of 2. See here, inside the list I created one list, and inside this list how many values I input? Two values. And how many list I should add inside the list? Two values. Then I'll take another one for in range of 2. For in range of 2. Now what you are adding in the list? Okay, what you are adding in the list? Another list. Okay, what you are adding in the list? Another list. What you are adding in the list? Another list. And how many lists you are adding inside the list? Two lists. Inside the list, again, you are using comprehension or not? Yes. Okay. Yes, very good. Okay. Yes, Hassan, right. Okay. Now I'm just writing here matrix 2. Okay, matrix 2. So once you run this, but this is only power of list comprehension, but there is a set comprehension, there is a dictionary comprehension also there. Okay, na? So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is without using. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is by using. Okay, na? See here. This is a list, right? This is a list. Inside the list, what you are adding? Inside the list, what you are adding? You are adding the list. How many lists you are adding? Bolo yaar. How many lists you are adding? Two lists. And inside this list, how many values you are adding? Two values. Inside this list, how many values you are adding? Two values. Very simple. Okay, na? Simple or not? Simple or not? Vinay, Alok, Anjani. Huh? Okay, na? Yes. Samir, yes, yes. Yes. Very good. Very good. Right? Yes. Python is easy. Python is easy. Right? For example, I have a matrix 1 with 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What you have not understand, right? You can add another inner. See, this is comprehension only here. So this is a list, right? Inside the list. Yes, who is this? This person name is Rupesh. Rupesh. Let's try to understand this. Inside this list, how many lists you are adding? Inside the list, you are adding a list. How many lists you are adding? This for loop is executed how many times, Rupesh? How many times? 2 times, right? This for loop is executed how many times? 2 times. Okay. It means how many list will be added in the list? How many lists will be added in the list, Rupesh? 2 lists. Yes or no? In each list, how many values you are reading? See here, this is again comprehension. Inside this, how many values you are adding? Rupesh, how many values you are adding? Inside this list, how many values you are adding? This is again comprehension, right? So 2 values. Okay, na? So each time one list is added, and inside that, you are trying to add how many values? 2 values. Okay, na? Rupesh. Okay. So syntax M2. So there is one more list is there with 4 comma 5 and 6 comma what is that? 7. Now I want to add it. I want to add this 2 by 2 matrix. Tell me here. I want to add it. I want to add this 2 matrices. Don't say M1 plus M2. Huh? If you say M1 plus M2 will do addition, huh? Come on. If you say M1 plus M2 will it do addition, huh? Concatenate. Very good, Abhishek. Yes. Very good. It will not do addition. It will do what? Concatenation. Now I want to add it. I want to add it. What do you do it? Within the list, you should add one more list or not? Yes. Not extend. Oh, come on here. Ajay, no. You have to take. How you do addition here? You take 0, 0 plus 0, 0. 1, 1 plus 1, 1. 2, 2. Yes. 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0. 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1. Right? You read it by using index here. Now within the list, you are creating another list. And inside this list, you are saying M1 of which one? IJ, M1 of IJ plus, what is this? M2 of IJ. I is nothing but row and J is nothing but what? Column. I is nothing but row and J is nothing but what? Column. How many columns are there? 2 columns. How many rows are there? How many rows are there? 2 rows are there. Over addition of matrix. What is the first I value? 0. What is first I value? 0. Okay. Then it will create a list. What is first I value? 0. It will create a list. What is the first I value? 0. It will create a list. And inside this list, what is the value of J? 0. Now M1 of 0, 0 plus M2 of 0, 0. Then next J value is 1. M1 of 0, 1 plus M2 of 0, 1. Next I value becomes what? 1. Then J value becomes what? 0. Next it will become M1 of 1, 0 plus M2 of 1, 0. Next J value becomes 1. M1 of 1, 1 plus M2 of 1, 1. So I is nothing but row index. I is nothing but row index here. And J is nothing but what here? Column index. Okay, print M1, print M1, print M2, print what? M3. Yes. Okay. Print M1, M2, and one more is a M3. Okay. So if I run this, now you can see the sum of two enter any value 1, 2, 3, 4. This is previous output. Now you can see 1 plus 4 is a 5, 2 plus 5 is a 7, 3 plus 6 is a 9, 4 plus 7 is what? 11. Okay, single line. If you want to write the same thing in C language, at least you should write how many lines of code in C language. If you want to do the same thing in Java or C, you have to write more than 10 to 15 lines of code. 10 to 15 lines of code. You can write Srinivas, M1 comma, M2 comma, M3. You can write like that. M1 comma M2 comma M3, like that also you can write it. Okay, you can write like that also. Okay, M1 comma M2 comma N3. Okay, now you people are getting or not? Yes, you people are getting or not? Okay, okay, very good. Now this is simple examples I've taken, not even complex things, right? So same queue, can I replace I and J with A and B? So those are indexes, right? Yeah. The variables can be anything. Variable names are user defined. Variables are not predefined. Variables are what? User defined only. These are not predefined, right? Variables are user defined. Okay, now? Yes. Now these are two syntaxes you have here. Okay, now? These are two syntaxes you have. Syntax one is with this without test condition. Syntax one is without test condition and syntax two is with test condition, right? For example, assume that now see one simple application. If you take, for example, I have a grade list is there. Okay, now there is a grade list. So grade list is a nested list. Yeah, you can convert, no problem. Okay, grade list is a nested list which is having the name of the student and grade of the student. Okay, now name of the student and grade of the student. Name is there and grade is there. Now if you say this is one application here, name is there and grade like this. So name of the student and so grade of the student. Like this. I have a name as well as what here? Grade. So there's a name and there's a grade here. Now I want to filter all the students, those who are having A grade. I want to filter A grade students. Tell me here. How can I do that? So grade list A. I want to filter A grade students. I want to put in one list called grade list A. How can I put? I want to put in grade list A. Which students I want to put in grade list A? Only students having which grade? A grade. Use a key and apply lambda function. Why? Not required here. Not required. Shivam, not required. So each list, you have to read each list. Yes. Yes. Yeah, correct only. Srinivas, yes. Now read each list. Now each list in the grade list is one student. See what I'm saying is grade list. See here. So each element you are reading, each element in the list is what? List. This list is assigned to which variable? Student. 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 Okay, now. So if student of what is that? 1 double equal to what? A double equal to A. So each element in the list is one list or not? Yes. Each time you are reading one list and assigned to student and student of 1. What is student of 1? A. Is it A is equal to A? Yes. Then add this student. Add this student to the list. But each student in the list is a list or not? Yes. Now, if I say print, print what I'm printing here, grade A. So this will list only the students having which grade, A grade. So this is complete program I've written here. Grade A, grade list A. What is the name of the list? Grade list A. Okay. Run this. This is a previous output. You can see Naresh is having A grade and Kiran is also having A grade. Okay, Naresh is having A grade and Kiran is also having which grade? A grade. Naresh is having A grade and Kiran is also having A grade. So what you are doing? You are reading each time one list, and from that list you are reading last value. What is the second value in the list? Grade. If the grade is equal to A, okay, if the grade is equal to A, then it display the students having which grade? A grade. Okay. Yes. Now this is nested list, right? Asan, you have not taken as a nested list. No, that is not nested list, right? Asan. Sorry, that is not nested list, right? You have taken list. It is a list. I've taken in the list, right? You can do it, but that is different scenario, right? Not like that. Okay. Suppose I want to separate a list of B. Okay. Grade list B. Okay. Grade list B. Okay. Then I try to add the students having which grade. So there is a grade list. And if student of, if student of 1 double equal to which grade? B grade. Okay. And then I'm saying create grade list B. Okay. Grade list B. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now this is a list of students having which grade? B grade. Okay. Now, very simple. Only one statement, filtering. So clustering or grouping or filtering. So this is the power, elegant way of, this is one of the easiest way of creating creating what? Collections. Only one I said here. What we have discussed only which one here? We discussed only list, but there is also, what is that? Set is there, and there is also one more, which is called as what? Dictionary. There is a set also having dictionary. Okay. But because of this time constraint, okay, we'll have second part. Okay, second part of this uh, workshop. Okay, where your dictionary is very important. I'll tell you. Okay, dictionary also I'll tell you. Don't worry. We'll have some real-time scenarios. Okay. Yes. Now we'll have that also in the second part. In the second part of comprehension, we'll be talking about, okay, set, and one more is what? Dictionary. In second part, we'll be taking, or I'll be talking about set and dictionary, right? And these notes I'll be sending in the Telegram. Okay, please do refer Telegram. So these examples I'll just copy and paste it, and you just go through this. So these notes I'll give you. Okay, these complete examples I'll try to put in the document, and in the next workshop we'll have second part also, where we'll be discussing about, in the second part we'll be discussing about other comprehensions. Okay, and maybe next week we'll plan second part of this. Okay, Okay. So next week we'll plan for second part of this comprehension. Okay. When's our game project? Game. Okay. We'll have one workshop on like how to develop a simple projects. Okay. We'll see that also, like how to develop a simple chatbots, right? We'll have that session also. Don't worry. Okay. When you'll start Django batch? Django, no, you should contact office. Okay. Yes, I'll try to post in the Telegram this second part of this. Yes. What is the name of Python certification? I didn't get. When will you start Django? I'll start. It will take some time. You can contact office people. Yes. Next class, next session link I'll send in the Telegram. Okay, now. And this notes now I'll upload in the Telegram. Just do see this. Yes, NareshIT is having placement. After completing, they'll provide. My Telegram channel name is Code with Satish Gupta. This is my Telegram channel name. Code with Satish Gupta. Okay. If possible, I'll upload a recording also in the Telegram. Okay. I'll send these notes. I'll send these notes in the Telegram. Okay. Is this session is useful? Yes, all of you. Is it okay? Yes. Okay. All of you, right? Okay. We'll see some more, some techniques. There are some beautiful concepts are there in Python. Okay. There are some beautiful concepts are there in the Python. In the coming sessions, we'll see what are those beautiful concepts which are there in Python, right? So which makes it your code more easy, which makes it your code is more easy. Okay. Comprehension is very important. Yes, Shivam, right? Are you working? Yes, very important, sir. Yes, comprehensions very important, sir. Yes, it is very important. Okay. If possible, I'll try to upload. Yes. The session notes will be uploaded in the Telegram. Okay, no? Right? Okay. So can Python is having certification. Now Python, yes, Python is also having certification. There is a Python school which is conducting certification. You can do that certification. Can you do a workshop on functions and modules and classes? Okay. If possible, I'll do it. Yeah, set and dictionary comprehensions we'll see in the next session. PCEP. Yes. PCEP. Yes. PCEP. There's one certification called PCEP. Yes. Yes. Williams. Yes. Dynamic. Dynamically, you can do all these things. Okay. Is the name of the certification. Yes. Name of the certification. Okay. It is the name of the certification. When the next session, I'll post in the Telegram. When the next session, I'll post in the Telegram. Okay, now. Okay, when it is, I'll tell you in the, yes. So there is a Python Institute is there, and this Python Institute, this PCEP is there. Okay, this is Python Institute. So this is providing certification here. Now, if you want, you can write. These people are providing different certifications. You can do these certifications. Entry level now, but it is not free. It is not free. It is a paid. Okay, now. It is not free, it is a paid. Is it good, miss? Okay. But rather than this, you just apply for NASCAM, right? NareshIT people are conducting NASCAM. Okay, you try to write that exam. Okay, NASCAM exam. So that will be more helpful. Okay. Yes. Microsoft is removed. Okay, yes. Okay, anyway, thank you. Now we'll see in the next class, next session. We'll see in the next session, right? Okay, we'll see in the next session, right? Where we'll be discussing about set comprehension and dictionary comprehension, right? So thank you. We'll see in the next session. If anything is there, Srikant, contact in mail. Okay. Yes, contact in mail. Srikant, contact in mail. Okay. Right. Thank you. We'll see in the next session. Next session might be. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, this is my mail ID. Now, those who want to send a mail, Python by Gupta at the rate gmail.com. Okay. Python by Gupta at the rate gmail.com. Okay. So I'll send the notes in the Telegram. I'll put the notes in Telegram. Thank you very much. We'll see in the next session. Thank you for your patience. Right? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much. Right? Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vanita. Thank you. Right? Thank you. Yes. Right.